In this lesson, we're going to be taking a look at equivalent fractions using a visual model. When we're looking at equivalent fractions, scholars, remember that the word equivalent means equal. So we're going to be looking at equal fractions, but for example, they will have different denominators. So taking a look at this first square, we see that it's been cut into fourths. And our second square has been cut into eighths. So the question is, how many eighths do I need to make 3/4? Okay, so according to how the shape has been shaded in, we can count and see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pieces or 6/8 is going to be equal to 3/4. Let's try a few more. So directions, shade the visual model to make an equivalent fraction. So here we have two squares. The first square has been cut into halves and the second square has been cut into fourths. The question is, how many fourths do I need in order for it to be equal to 1/2? So what I'm going to do is to take a rectangle and cover the half here. I'm gonna open it up a little, make it a little, so it'll cover, okay? So here I have my square or my rectangle there, and I'm just going to make it a little transparent so that we're able to see through it. Okay, so here we see that 2/4 is equal to 1/2. Okay, so the pieces are the same. So it's 2/4 being equal to 1/2. Okay, so let's go to our other square. So here we have a square that's been cut into fourths, just like our last square, and another square that's been cut into eighths. So the question here is, how many eighths do I need to make 2/4? So I'm going to just do the same thing. I'll get a shape. For you, it'll be shading it in, or if you'd like to try it this method, you can. Okay, so I have my half covered over. So now what I'm going to do is just change the color a little. So let's see, I'll make it red or burgundy, and then I'll lighten it so we can see how many pieces. All right, so as we can see, it takes 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2/4 is equal to 4/8. Okay, let's try another one here. So here we have two circles, and the first circle, just like before, has been cut into fourths, and the second one has been cut into eighths. So we're seeing how many pieces do we need to make 1/4, or how many eighths do we need to make 1/4? So I'm going to put in a triangle, and it's not going to be exactly perfect because the edges are round in our circle, but you will get the idea. Okay, so we have one triangle here, all right, but that's still not the exact shape. So what I'm going to have to do is to make another triangle and put it beside it. as best I could. Okay, so there we go. So here we see that two triangles or two pieces is going to be equal to 1/4. So we have 2/8 is equal to 1/4, okay? And now our last one. So here we're starting with the eighths first. So they have shaded in 6/8, and it is our job to determine how many fourths are going to be equal to 6/8. So once again, I'm going to grab a shape and I'm going to pull it so that it looks the same. Okay. Shade that one brown. Okay. So now we want to see how many pieces will give us the eighths. We're going to make it transparent. So we see that 3/4 is equal to 6/8. Okay, so boys and girls, it is now your turn to work on the next 6 questions on your own. You have a choice of either doing it in this document like I did, or you can just recreate the shapes and shade them in on your own to see how to determine those equivalent fractions. So as always, if you have any questions, please let me know, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Goodbye for now.